differently. It's like there's no speakers, it's all pretend. So one of the things we have to do is, okay, when the web came out 20 years ago, if you think about this, 20 years ago was, 1990. Iraq just invaded Kuwait. My first computer was third computer was a 386 SX16, 1 mega RAM, 40 meg hard drive, DOS 4, Windows 3, So think about the technology then, think about it today, right? I was working with Novell NetWare, we're looking at file servers. So now what's the cloud? The cloud is nothing more than the web. I was talking to my buddy Johan, and I was like, hey bro, what about the web? And he goes, the cloud, you mean the web. The web is the cloud. And if you think about it, it's true. You have web storage, web serving, web computing, and the cloud, the vice president of Forrester said basically that there's a lot of marketing innovation going on, not necessarily technology innovation. That is, everybody that used to be a web platform is now relabeling it a cloud platform. And those of you who are purists right now might be groaning because I know there is a difference, a small difference, but the point is the technology is still being distributed over the cloud. It's the same OSI layer. It's the same stuff that's going on, except it's through different mechanisms. But the web is the cloud is the web. During this presentation, I'll use the terms interchangeably. Okay, so Web 2.0. Okay, so we have one internet. We have one web. What's really going on is everyone's trying to label the differences that are happening. And it's not just technology. This is happening to our culture. This is happening to our different business models. And what I want to say is this. In 10,095, okay, we already went through that. So first, Linux versus Windows. Do you know it was about 2003 before Microsoft really started embracing open source? If you think about that, that's a full 10 years. There's a full 10 years of Linux in the marketplace before Microsoft finally wrapped their arms around it. And good for them, they're embracing it. But here's the funny thing. The Microsoft lawyers wouldn't even let their engineers work on open source because they had a fear because their old business model, their old way of thinking was that if they touched it, maybe they might be liable for intellectual property. So the people that were working with open source were actually placed in another building and not allowed to touch other Microsoft products. That way of thinking is backwards and wrong, and that's what I want to try to talk to you about. Just change the way that we think, okay? So, Who Moved My Cheese? Okay, it's a really good book. So, once a business model changes, you can either wage a holy crusade to stop the business model, or you can innovate your way out of it. And what I talk about here is I want to talk about the concept of free. I want to talk about the concept that people are stealing or pirating information and music, when in effect it's actually helping the artists when you have a different business model. So, let's talk about the news. Okay, do you realize that more information is created in 2 days on the web than has ever existed, cumulative, the sum of all information created by all of mankind? I'll try to say that clear. More information is created and stored on the web in 2 days, every 2 days, than the previous information summation of all of mankind's information. Why is that? Well, social media for one, live streaming for another. This is right now being broadcast on the web. How much data is that? So the thing is, these business models and this exploding of technology has changed our culture as well. So how can the news fail? Ready? 2004, Carnegie Mellon University published a report saying, who's abandoning the news? The newspapers are failing because they believe their job is to print information on dead wood. Meanwhile, they have a huge opt-in list, and any internet marketer would probably give his spleen for it, of people who actually gave their information to someone. So if you can't make information from people who are opting in and paying you that information, then obviously the way you're thinking is wrong. Look at Monty Python. In 10,095, we started the Holy Crusades. They were, for all intents and purposes, a failure, right? Any religious war is a failure because you're fighting on something that you believe in that's not really tangible. So when you look at business models and you find that your business model's changed, you find that the technology behind it has changed, quit whining, let someone peed in your Cheerios, and just think and innovate a new way out of it. Okay, I'm going to talk about culture. A couple years ago, a man went crazy in Tokyo. He was alienated, he felt alone, and he went on a knife spree. So it's not much that someone goes crazy and kills somebody. We hear about it on the news all the time. But what do you think happened? Well, just like today, okay, Help! It's a Microsoft product. Sorry.
It's off, man.
Blue screen. Hey, blue screen.
No. Somebody pull out the projector, man. It's not my. It's not my PC.
It's open source. So while people are suffering and being stabbed, while this event is unfolding, they're actually streaming it. So check this out. Imagine this. Imagine if some horrific tragedy just happened, and you're tweeting it, streaming it on Ustream, rather than stopping what you're doing and helping the people who's got blood squirting out from a major arterial damage. So,
Projector's not turning on, man.
anyway, yeah. I spent a lot of time on this presentation. I mean, all right. Any questions? There you go. You know what it is? It's this thing. Whose idea is this? Is it really, you really have to hold it? Or give it. Hey, then where's the speaker? Oh. Hey, what's up? Thank you, Microsoft. Actually, I'm a really big fan of Microsoft products.
Oh, wait.
I am. Everyone, this is my buddy John. Over there. Blue screen of death. See, I knew it. Okay, so thank you, man. Okay, so ready. People are in the street behind them, dying. So while all this event is going on, they're doing the whole, hey, look at me. This is a big tragic event. So not only are they filming on a Ustream, they're taking pictures while these people are suffering in the street. I wonder. Major, huh? Check this out. What's happening to our culture? What's happening to our culture? Okay, so I'm going to go to the free business models. Okay, so free is a business model. Just because our culture's changed, ready? Our culture is also changing. That's the negative side. So disruptive chaos is all around us. So we have to either embrace it or try to control it. Okay, so disruptive chaos, embracing. Monty Python actually embraced it. They uploaded all their high-quality videos on YouTube, and then next thing you know, ready? Within 3 months, they're #2 in Amazon for DVD sales. They have a 23,000% increase. Why? Because they gave their information to an audience. Ready? Content is king. If you have something of value, people will want it. So don't have value that's crap and then whine because people aren't buying it. People will always want things of value, even if it's Monty Python. Okay, so control. The record industry sues a single mother of 4 in Minnesota, a Native American woman, and they sue her for file sharing 24 songs in Kazaa. They owe, ready, this is the 3rd lawsuit. Her damages, $1.9 million. Now, here's something funny. Radiohead releases their recent CD, right? Name your own price. Some people download it for $1. Some people download it for $18. Ready? The most successful commercial release in all of Radiohead's history was done because they embraced free. So, what's really going on? Control and punishing a single mother of 4 in Minnesota, awarding $2 million of damages because she's pirating music, or embracing changing the way you think and having a new business model. Ready? It's a myth that we have limited resources when it's digital. Okay, this is an example of a buddy of mine. There was a fire in Australia, ready? It destroyed almost all the information of this local government, right? And so they said, hey, why don't we have a cloud application that automatically takes a server, sits it in your office, and then backs it up to the cloud? Hey, how great is that? All designed for small business. Changing the way you think, changing the way of disaster recovery. That's one way you innovate your way out of it. Another, work, fear, change. Ready? Napster, Kazaa, LimeWire, file sharing. Everyone's after the file sharing. Okay. Why don't you go after the people that build DVD burners? If you go down on Etsy on your shop, there's all this stuff. Okay. I don't want to have to wait to download it from BitTorrent. Okay, so WikiLeaks. Check out WikiLeaks. The U.S. government's going after WikiLeaks. Why? Because we're afraid of, we fear change. We fear openness. We fear transparency. Okay, so chaos. Look at the Twitter Iran movement. This is another thing I want to talk about. They try to control, they try to steal an election. Okay, so what do you think happened? The only way they could communicate was through Twitter, right? Twitter's a disruptive service, right? So you cannot control, the Clue Train 2000, right, was published. You can't control the conversation, right? You can choose to participate or you can ignore it, but you can't control it. So what do you think happened? Over 200,000 tweets an hour about the Iran Twitter movement. Okay, check this out. An American service about tweeting helped a population discuss and stop revolution. That's important. The U.S. government actually went to Twitter and said, please fix your servers. It's so important for humanity. So here's the thing. The small things that we do have big consequences. Quit thinking that we're local. Quit thinking you have to leave and get a visa to another country. You can innovate, change, do everything you want now. The rules have changed. Before cloud technologies, before any of this, right, you needed to have huge capital startups. Now you can build something over the weekend, put it up on Amazon, pay for things as you need them, create business models. So the thing is, we're only limited by our own consciousness. Okay? We have to look at the positive sides. The cloud has enabled social media, but it's also separated us from reality. Case in point, 1998 was my first blog. What did I blog about? A head-on collision I had on Highway 37 between Vallejo and San Francisco. I was there. It was pretty brutal. I won't talk about it. But for about an hour before the first police showed up. And here I am trying to help these people. I wonder today, if this car wreck happened, would I sit in my car and tweet about it, or would I get out and help it?